thank you so much for the last video, the likes and subscribers, just the positive feedback, really appreciate it. Today I'm going to be doing my own muffler. I'm going to get started now so I'm not boring you while I'm talking. I bought this exhaust pipe from Amazon. It's stainless steel. I believe it was like $150 or $180 for almost enough to do 2 cars worth. It was quite a bit of exhaust, a bunch of different style bends, and a few good 4-foot lengths of 2.5-inch stainless steel exhaust. And quality-wise, I think it's pretty good. I'm not an exhaust guy, but I really like it. It's nice and shiny. It's thick. It was easy to weld. I'm not a professional welder or a professional fabricator, exhaust guy. I'm just a do-it-yourself at-home guy. And I just like having fun out here and learning. It's my favorite part of getting home from work and getting in the garage. So today I'm going to show you where I'm at. I have the header, the swap kit header, and I have this exhaust. I already did the full exhaust on the car a few years back, but I have this off the shelf, really quieted down muffler. I think it was like a $40 muffler, just so while I was turning the car on, I wasn't annoying my neighbors down the street, and I just don't need it that loud. It was ridiculous. It was a header straight pipe. So I threw that on there. It definitely quieted it down. It's still pretty loud, but I want to try doing like a blow-through style exhaust. So pretty much no chambers inside. It's just going to have like a screen style tube with some insulation around it. And I'm going to try to mimic like some other mufflers that I've seen in the past. I'd like to do it 5 inches in diameter and maybe 15 inches long or so. I'm going to have to measure and make sure it's going to fit up in there. I've already got some V-band style exhaust clamps I did one at the header and I did one right after the rear beam, and I did that because I wanted to be able to easily put on a different muffler. Like so the V-band is one bolt, you unscrew it, you can take the whole thing off, pop a whole new one on. So I have a V-band style straight pipe for the car. I have a V-band with this kind of stock off the shelf muffler. It quiets it down for like maybe an inspection purpose, and then I'll be doing this one with a V-band on it. And hopefully this one's quieter than this one, honestly. I don't need it to be super loud. I may even do a Y off of this and with an exhaust dump on it, so I will be able to do like a straight pipe if I wanted to, if this exhaust comes out quiet. If this exhaust even comes out decent, I'll mess around with it a little bit more. So this is where we're at underneath the car. I got right from the front, and these are all like my welds. It's really easy to use this kit. You can just kind of slide the pieces in. You can see it's a little bit bigger. So this pipe slid into this pipe, and then I just welded around it. So it's very easy to do. Again, with this one, you can see this one's like spread apart, so you can fit this pipe inside of this one. Slap some welds on it. It's my first exhaust I've ever done. And again, I did the V-band here. I put the hanger here, so it's nice and easy. One bolt, slide the whole rear section off, and put a whole new rear section in one bolt. So super easy to do. And I'll probably never use this muffler again. I had to put a fat dent in it to get it around the suspension. Otherwise, I would have had to tilt it so much, it would have almost hit the ground. So I smashed it with a rubber mallet a bunch of times to make it work. And that's probably why it sounds not great, and as well as it's just a regular old off-the-shelf muffler. So I might just cut it here and use this little elbow with this V-band and not have to use another V-band, because these do add up. They're like $40 or $50 for these V-band style exhaust clamps with the inside, you know, the weld-on pieces for both sides, male and female. So I got this stainless steel screen from the same shop that I got the stainless other material from. I'm gonna try to use this thicker edge on here to weld to, but also we need to bend it into a tube. So I'm gonna use this piece of wire to measure about right here. And I'm gonna give it a little bit more. So from here to here, just a little bit more than half of this. Wow. funky end cap pipe. It's a 5-inch in diameter pipe, which is kind of weird for pipe, I guess. I thought 6 inch would be too big for the muffler, which is a lot easier to find. And of course I wanted to be picky. So I went to a few different muffler shops, plumbing supply places to get this. And I didn't even know this was an option, but finally this place had it. And it's tapered at the edge here to weld on, but it's perfect. It's very heavy, just cast iron. Probably use it for a cereal bowl after we're done with this. Might hide it put it in the dishwasher and see if my girl notices. But I'm gonna be using this for shaping the outer part of the muffler, kind of like how I did with the rings here. I'm gonna be wrapping the exterior of the muffler on this, and this is kind of like what it will be looking like, you know. But also I'm going to use this to help me mold the end caps for the muffler, and that's what I'm going to start with right now. So I'm going to cut out like a circle and then just kind of fold it over the edge here so that I can use that to hold the outside of the muffler. Like outer edge here, I'm going to trim all this excess off and then use this as an end cap. So it'll look okay. It's a little beat up around the edges. But I'll be cutting the hole here and sliding the muffler or inside the muffler tube through. These will be the end caps. So I'm hoping that I can get this nice and clean and get some nice welds on this. The welds are really what's going to top this off. That's one cap. I think kind of a cool way of making them. I made one before this, but I had a lot of excess on it, and the excess was crinkly, so it helps a lot when you make it very close so that you can stretch that metal to where it needs to go. Pretty cool. We got one done, one more to go. It's actually kind of hard to get off. There we go. Great fit. Stoked on that. So now I just got to find the center of this and then drill a 2.5-inch hole in the center of it. One hole drilled. I really wanted it as tight as possible, so I did a little bit of dremeling. Fits good. Tackies around. Again, it's pretty hard to weld this screen, but we're getting it in there. I think that's good enough. Same thing on the other side. Guys, now that we got all of our ends cut, this is how I imagined it going together, hopefully. This, slide this in. This is the first time I put it together. That feels pretty cool, you guys. My own muffler. I'd like it to be like right on the edge. My brother sometimes brings me home stuff and I love it. He was like, yo, I got you some steel wool. And I'm like, a lifetime supply, dude? What am I gonna do with all this? And now we found a reason. We found a purpose. I have been using it and I'm like, man, I never really used steel wool, but now that I have this amount of it, I probably won't have much after we're done with this, but pretty cool. Thanks to my bro. Should be easy. Like I said before, got one bowl here, one hanger, and that's good. Yeah, it's gonna fit in there so nicely. Right about in there. Plenty of room. So I got this little bit of a bend here with that V-band. That real nice, crispy, clean rear panel there. Let's try to get this lined up. I think I got the bend pretty decent. Let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna do the weld side facing up. I think I like it right there. Really good fit, man. So stoked. That's all welded and put in place. I'll be taking it back off again because I'm going to be making the tailpipe end. But I cut it so, or I'm going to cut it. So right about here, I'm going to do some pie cuts to try to get it to be like this. Maybe like 2 5-degree pie cuts, because I like that. I like it out a little bit like that, you know, kind of like old school, like Euro style, you know. So I think that'd be kind of fun. So I started doing some pie cuts here. My little, this tool's pretty cool. It's just a Milwaukee bandsaw, and the lower half is this company called Swag. Definitely change your name for sure, but should probably just cut that out so it doesn't say Swag on it anymore. But they give you this piece as well, and you can adjust it for your degrees. So we just did one 5-degree cut, and it gave me a nice V-band. So I'm going to be making one more of these, and I'm hoping that it's only going to need 2. These are our other pieces, so I want them all to be similar in sizing. So I don't like when people do the V-band or the pie cuts. Not that my welds are worthy of this, but I don't like when people do the pie cuts and like they're not all symmetrical. You know what I mean? Like one will be like super fat to fill the gap, and there'll be like a bunch of little skinny ones, and it's like, I don't really love that. But whatever. I'm not like I don't know, an exhaust guy or anything like that. But those are the little things that I just noticed. So let's try to get this pretty close. It's not gonna be perfect. Neither will my welds be, but let's try to have some fun. I think that'll do it right there. That looks like the biggest spot, yeah. I think 3 will be enough. 3's already a lot of welding. You don't really consider how much welding goes into this type of stuff. It's crazy. It takes like 15 minutes to weld, you know, one loop, and you got to go to the other side. So I got like, you know, an hour and a half of welding right here. It's crazy. Maybe less, but still. All right, you guys, so this is my first time doing pie cuts. They're not as good as I wanted them to come out. They're not as good as you're going to see on Instagram, but I'm being honest and true with you guys. I'm not a professional welder, and this is where I'm at. So it's fun for me doing pie cuts. I never did them, so that's what we got. A couple of good boys in there, you know? I shouldn't have used a filler rod to tack, because I tacked everything in place. What's up, Max? We're out in a good position for this thing. Yeah, we like that. Pull this muffler off again. I can't believe we're all done. I gave the pie cuts a quick polish so they look a little bit better. I cannot wait to put this on and hear what it sounds like. It's only, you know, one bolt. I still have to weld a hanger to the side of this just so it's held up by the back, but I need to grab one of those. I want to get a stainless steel one. But yeah, made my own muffler for my VR6, so let's go see what it sounds like.